Having good mobility and strength in your ankles really helps to alleviate the pressure and strain on your knees and your lower back. But to have really strong and mobile ankles, we need to strengthen them and maintain the flexibility in all the different ranges of movement. The different ranges of movement are this: extension, pointing the toes, flexing the ankle. The foot can also roll out, roll in, but also the ankle can rotate inwards and outwards. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises that you can do that's going to mobilize and increase the flexibility in each of those ranges of movement, but it's also going to strengthen each of those ranges of movement. The first exercise, and you can do these sitting, is, I'm just going to cross my legs so you can see it a little bit better. Extend the ankle here. When you do that, it's going to activate and strengthen the Achilles at the back. It's going to create length through the front of the ankle and the front of the, or top of the foot. Here, you're going to pull and claw your toes under. Now that might even start at the beginning to just cramp up a little bit in the bottom of the foot and the back of the ankle. That's okay. Try and hold it, building up to about 10 or 15 seconds. If you only manage 5 to begin with, that's okay. Then let the toes relax, flex the ankle, so that's going to activate the top of the foot and the front of the ankle, and it's going to create flexibility around the back of the heel and the Achilles. Then spread your toes and pull your toes up towards your knee, really trying to flex that ankle. That is going to start to get achy after a while. It's also going to strengthen these muscles here from the front of the ankle up the front of the leg. Again, try and hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then repeat that. Try and do between 3 and 5 sets to begin with. It's quite easy to do sitting. And of course, repeat it on the other foot. The next exercise is where we're going to roll the ankle. Make sure you keep your knee still. If you don't keep the knee still and it moves, then, oh, my hip cracked then. We're doing movement from your hip joint, and we really want to make the movement from the ankle. So hold your knee nice and still. Roll onto the outside edge of your foot. That's going to create length here, down the outside of the foot, the ankle, and the outside of the leg. But also it's going to contract the inside of your foot, your ankle, and these muscles here, up the inside of the calf muscle. You can add a little extra to this by thinking about clawing the toes under. That's going to intensify it a little bit. That's also going to strengthen the inner arch of your foot. Hold it, then take it down, flatten the foot. Then we're going to roll it inwards. So again, keeping your knee still. If you find these tricky at first and there's not much movement, don't worry. It's something that will improve the more you do it. Think about lifting that outside edge of the foot without your knee collapsing in. And you can see here that I've popped my hand there to block the knee so that it's really working at the ankle. Hold it. Try and lift your little toe. You'll feel the ache here. So it's not just in the ankle. You're going to feel it in the lower leg. You're going to feel it in the foot a little bit. Again, try and hold it for about 10 or 15 seconds. Take it down, and then the other way. Again, try about 3 to 5 sets of those. Let's just do one of those together, okay? So block the knee. Think about rolling onto the outside edge of the foot, holding it, 10 or 15 seconds. Add a little extra if you want to by clawing the toes under. That's going to strengthen your foot bottom as well, which is going to support the ankle. If you get a bit of cramp, it's okay. The stronger you get, the less that will happen. Take it down, block that knee again, lift the outside edge. Try and lift that little toe up if you can, even if it doesn't move at first. Just think about it moving till we start to wake up those neuro pathways again. Hold it there 10 or 15 seconds. And then take it down. So you can do 3 or 5 more sets of those to begin with. Next, we're going to do the rotation of the ankle. So we're going to hold that knee still. We don't want to move from the knee here. We want to move from the ankle. What's really important here is pressing the foot down against the floor. So lift the toes, ball of the foot, toes pressed into the floor, and without moving the knee or the hip, just try to turn your foot out, hold it there. You will feel after about 10 or 15 seconds that ache here down the outside. These are still muscles that support and control the ankle. Hold it there, keep the toes flattened down. And then again, keeping the knee still, press the ball of the foot and the toes into the floor like you're moving through thick liquid. Bring it round. Make sure you don't do this. Look, when you're bringing it around, don't do that with the foot. Keep the foot flat on the floor. So the knee is blocked, bringing it round, holding it there. And again, about a 10 or 15 second hold. That's going to lengthen here, contract and strengthen here. And then take it back around again and again. Repeat that for about 3 or 5 sets on each leg. So it's not just the ankle joint itself that we're getting into here. So we're looking at the muscles above the ankle in the lower leg and of course in the foot. They form part of the same mechanism and the same function. So with that exercise, we're getting strength and movement and mobility in the foot, in the arches of the feet, the top of the foot, the bottom of the foot, the muscles either at the sides of the feet which run and they're part of the same kinetic chain up here in the lower leg. By working on the ankle mobility and the strength in all those different ranges of movement, then that's going to make us steadier. It's going to help us absorb shock more, which your knees, it means your knees and your lower back are going to thank you because they're going to get a little bit of a holiday after all that, okay? Any questions, let me know. Remember, it's 3 to 5 sets, holding each position for about 10 to 15 seconds, and make sure you repeat the same amount on the other leg. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.